everyone, how's it going? It's Agnieszka from 5 Minute Language. I hope you're having a great week. And today I've got a new video for you, which is about terrible language learning tips. I'm sure throughout your language learning career you've heard lots of terrible tips, and so have I, so I've decided to put them together into a little video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I really appreciate it. So, let's get started. Terrible tip number 1. Learn grammar first. This is something that many people have told me. Many teachers actually repeat this like a mantra of some sort. They basically say, learn the grammar because when you know the grammar, you will be able to build sentences correctly and you won't embarrass yourself when speaking the language. But actually what you need to do instead to stay motivated is to learn a little bit of everything: vocabulary, listening. Start speaking even if you don't feel confident about the grammar of the language you're learning, because this will actually help you stay committed and it will make the process interesting. Learning grammar, just learning grammar, is really boring. I mean, some people enjoy it, but just doing that, come on, it's boring, right? Terrible tip number 2. Translate from your native language. Well, what I'm talking about here is translating in your head. And this is something that many people actually practice. Before they say anything, they translate it in their heads. And this is actually a habit that is quite normal to develop when you're starting to learn a language. And I've got a separate video about how to get rid of this habit, so make sure you check it out. But remember, this is a terrible tip. You're not supposed to translate. You're supposed to produce foreign language straight away without first producing the same thoughts in your native language. Terrible tip number 3. Produce long lists of words and memorize them. So some people say that learning vocabulary is all about writing very long lists of words and memorizing them one by one. And yes, you can learn that way, but will you actually be able to use the words in a conversation? Well, I will argue that you won't. Well, at least not always, because learning that way doesn't allow you to see the context of those words and how they're actually used in practice. So if you memorize them, you will be able to recognize them in writing. When you're reading, you will be able to understand more, but you won't be able to necessarily express yourself using those words. So make sure that instead of doing that, you always have a little bit of context next to every word. If you're writing lists, make sure that you create sentences next to every word that you're learning to see how it's used in practice, and then practice saying it and making your own sentences using those words. Terrible tip number 4. Learn every single day. And this is probably something that you've heard a lot, because people say, well, if you want to learn a language, you have to be committed, which means you have to learn every single day. But actually, who has time for that? I mean, I work, I don't know about you guys, you probably have something to do. You go to school, you go to university, you work, you've got childcare, whatever it is, you've got other things to do and you haven't got every single day for language learning. So don't worry about it. Even if you do it several times a week, twice a week, that's good enough. That's a good start. And then build it up from there. Terrible tip number 5. Find a language course. Some people will tell you, if you want to learn English, if you want to learn French and so on, find a language course and a teacher will teach you that language. Well, it's not good for everyone. For some people, yes, that will work. But I definitely recommend that you first discover your learning style and understand how you actually like to learn before you commit to any language courses. I've got a separate video about this one, so make sure you check it out as well. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!